Imagine waking up and your biggest enemy isn't a lion. It isn't a tribe. It isn't even hunger. It's the entire planet trying to delete you. Thousands of years ago, humans faced an era so brutal that survival was basically a daily horror game. No hospitals, no supermarkets, no cozy homes. Just cold nights, empty stomachs, and predators waiting outside. But here is the strange part. Humans were not the strongest animals. We had no claws, no sharp teeth, but humans discovered a survival rule that changed everything. Thousands of years ago, Earth entered a terrifying deep freeze. Temperatures dropped, and entire landscapes became frozen deserts. Forests disappeared beneath endless snow and ice, and humans had absolutely no idea what was coming next. Imagine surviving without electricity, heating, or modern medicine. Your only heater was a tiny fire. Your only supermarket was whatever you could kill. And missing dinner could mean something much worse than hunger, because predators were everywhere, and some of them were absolutely enormous. But predators weren't even their biggest problem. Food was becoming harder to find. Plants were buried under snow and animals kept moving. Every meal became a dangerous mission. One failed hunt could leave an entire family starving, and ancient humans failed hunts all the time. Imagine chasing dinner for hours, only to watch it disappear. So humans tried something much smarter. They stopped hunting alone. They started hunting as a team. One human was weak, but 10 humans could surround a predator. Suddenly, weakness became teamwork, and teamwork became their secret weapon. But teamwork needed something else. Humans needed better tools. So they sharpened stones into weapons. They made blades, scrapers, and hunting points. Tiny pieces of stone suddenly became life-saving technology. But humans still had one terrifying enemy: the cold. And then humans discovered something almost magical. Fire changed the survival game. It gave humans warmth, it gave them cooked food, and most importantly, it scared predators away. But humans didn't stop there. They found another creature hiding in the darkness. It was dangerous, hungry, and terrifying. It was the wolf. At first, humans probably kept their distance. Nobody wanted to become wolf dinner, but something strange started happening. Some wolves began following human groups. The relationship slowly changed. The wolves could warn humans about danger. Humans could provide food and protection. Together, both species became better hunters. A predator had become an ally, and that was only the beginning. Because surviving the cold required more than fire. Humans needed somewhere safer to sleep, so they turned caves into survival shelters. They blocked wind with stones and animal hides. They created sleeping areas near the fire. But even caves couldn't stop everything. Sometimes the weather became completely insane. Entire groups could become trapped for days. Their food supplies could disappear frighteningly fast, and eventually they faced something even worse than hunger. Because sometimes there was nowhere left to run. The temperature could suddenly collapse. A warm day could become deadly overnight. Animals disappeared, plants vanished, and humans started running out of options. So they did something incredibly risky. They moved. Entire families crossed dangerous landscapes. They followed animals, water, and warmer land. Every journey was a gamble. Choose wrong, and everyone could die. But somehow, humans kept moving. They learned the land. They remembered where animals migrated. They remembered where water survived. And they passed that knowledge to their children. That knowledge became their invisible weapon. But knowledge couldn't stop the worst disasters. Sometimes nature simply overwhelmed them, and one disaster may have nearly erased humanity. But what exactly happened? That pushed humans to the edge? And what was their absolute worst nightmare? The nightmare was not a predator. It was something humans could not fight. It was something they could not outrun. And it was something they could not reason with. Their worst enemy was extreme climate change. Temperatures changed, food disappeared, and entire habitats collapsed. Humans survived by adapting faster than their environment changed. They didn't survive because they were strongest. They survived because they learned, cooperated, and adapted. And that may be humanity's greatest survival weapon of all. The strongest didn't survive. The ones who adapted did. And that is how humans survived the deadliest era in history.